Hello, everybody. This is the Fiery Joker, and today we are going to be continuing with this. We're still in chapter 2.
We're Val.
Yeah, hopefully we will be.
Confirmed.
Yeah, but hopefully we will be able to finish chapter 2. But I'm not going to be mad if we don't, because it's not like the stuff the stuff that we've been doing has been bad. It's just not what I expected, and that's not. Yeah.
Don't you dare do the line. Don't you dare do the frickin' line.
What frickin'
No,
line?
what I'm wondering is what the heck in a handbasket he did expect. Like, again, how did you not see any of this coming? Most of this is pretty logical A to B.
It's Dungeons and Dragons. I try not to expect anything.
Anyways.
Really?
Seems
Welcome
logical.
Anyway,
Anyway, we
Shadow
need
of the
really need to
World,
get going.
Episode 3.
Yeah, we really do. All right. Anywho, all right. So let's see if I can get the music right. Do. Okay. All right. In the previous half of the chapter, the party essentially got sent to prison, got investigated, and was immediately released. They decided to go on their own little investigations into whatever happened that night. The night that 2 children were murdered and Raquel Carcher was to blame. Some people went into the library, some people went to the families themselves, and they came across some very interesting people, including one of them who was there that night. And eventually, a second, one of the victims. The victim returned as a ghost, somehow, and pointed them in the direction of where the event took place. Everyone has gone to sleep, their destination in mind, and they are awoken by something very, very unpleasant.
Oh, come on.
Adam, let's go!
Ow.
Yes! So,
AJ wakes up normal because he had actually had a pretty good night's sleep. Oh.
whereas Skyland and Flint had actually been talking during the night, so
Are we supposed to
They
still
had
be on the
other-
title screen?
Working on it.
Okay.
Charlotte and I just kind of got into sleep. So, yeah, for the
What?
Olwen actually woke up a little early to read, so she basically goes, "Ah!" and drops the book that she was reading. She was just finishing up volume 1 of Dr. Metalmouth.
What?
Strategies.
So yes, you're walking forward, and you hear some banging on the doors. It's like, come on, let's go!
What?
Charlotte is immediately throwing his cloak on, he's basically getting into his arm as quickly as possible. If he doesn't have time, he'll just throw his cloak on, grab his sword, sabers.
Flint,
grab his
considering that Flint basically immediately jumped out of bed as soon as he heard the noise, he checks his head to make sure Zoo's okay, and he's like, "Oh, good thing I had the seatbelt installed. Let's go."
All right. Yeah, Sean just looks over to Flint and says, "Okay, keep sleeping to weapons. Starting to see the merit now."
What? Okay, Hoshimi comes out of the door, and she, okay, some of you have seen what I'm like when I first wake up in the morning. Add a couple of sprinkles of aggression on there.
Ruh-roh.
So you all kind of peek out of your rooms, and you see a very, very angry-looking Lieutenant Rames.
What's the emergency?
What?
The emergency is we need to go, otherwise our journey is going to be very, very hard.
Did Did
All right.
you organize a time with us? Otherwise, you have no reason to be angry with us.
Don't really care. Grabbing stuff. And Charlotte basically goes through his room, just starts grabbing as much as he can get quickly.
Lieutenant, before we head out, we need to return some library books. So let's make that our first stop.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
All right. Excuse me. I thought when I sent you guys, I thought when you guys went to bed was when you guys went to bed.
I did. I don't know what about the others.
We found a ghost.
Let's just okay. Hoshimi says something that is impolite in Calcat.
We found a ghost. Anyways,
We can talk on the way. I'm going to get the carts ready.
Out
You
of
mean
character
the-
is
Oh, you know what? Go ahead. Sorry.
is Pickery with the awakened people?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes, you see it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Picria is just kind of walking out, and you see her like she's kind of grabbing she's kind of grabbing her forearm with her other arm, just kind of very meekly walking out.
Oshimi, what's going on?
Okay, is Raim still right there?
No, he's left.
So that cart we checked yesterday belonged to him.
Oh, what? Are we going to that place?
Yes, we are. Although he could have certainly said something if he wanted to leave at dawn.
Ooh. Okay, yeah. Seven's tail is wagging. Ooh, maybe I could snip around. Ooh, there's gonna be so many new places to smell. She bolts out.
You see Adrian in the middle of the doorway. He's kind of fidgeting with his pocket watch.
I'm gonna PM you something right quick, Josh.
All right.
Okay, meanwhile, Seven is galloping down the hallway. Incoming!
Adrian, are you okay? Did you get enough sleep?
He doesn't look up. I think so. Then he clasps his pocket watch closed. Basically, he's fixed his spells for the day.
Oh,
And
okay.
then,
Okay.
a DM. Approximately what time is it?
Clock says 7 a.m.
All right.
I was
Yeah.
gonna make that quick.
Adrian watches Seven like a whisk past the hallway, and it just is, and it's almost like this is like another this is almost like another morning for him. He's just like he's in like prep mode. Okay, so what do I got to do today? Deliver the books. Make sure I got. Oh right, gotta. He realized like, oh right, I got. Right, I should probably be in different gear. Quick closes the door and basically just like quickly throws on his adventure, his explorer's gear. And as soon as where is it? Where the heck did I put my other?
Close the door. Come out, fabulous.
What's taking you all so long?
All right, comes out pretty much as he was. So
As you are.
As you were.
So, library.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, Sean comes out in a much more bedraggled version of his appearance. Though the cape's a little messed up, his hair is clearly not properly combed. It's like, okay, I've just got the essentials, I've got what I need, let's move it.
Oh. So, Olwen has her gun on her. And basically everything is back in place, as well as an armload of books. They look like they have been read. There's a bookmark still in one of the larger law tomes, but she quickly takes that out. She's like, I'm ready. Her personal book, Love Affairs and Stairs, is still in her little satchel on her back.
All right. Anyone else?
When does? Oh, sorry.
Anyone else have books they need to return?
Flint, do you have the book? Do you have books?
I've got nothing I want to return, but I do have something I want to send. And you see him spinning a bomb in his finger while leaning against the door. I learned how to do that last night.
Okay. Let's go.
Before or after you dropped it?
Ouch! Jeebus gross, savage.
Quick question, DM.
Yes.
Is my HP back up?
1 minute. Where is it?
Oh yeah.
Very, very cute, Adrian. How's your back doing, by the way?
1 minute.
Properly
Oh
healed.
man, they sound like their mothers.
Okay. Meanwhile, Shylin and Adrian, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Is that why humanoids take so long to get outside the door?
Okay, you know your claws and your wings and your feathers?
Well, yeah, I don't need clothes or why do you need that? Can't you just go?
Because we don't have claws, wings, or feathers of our own. So we need to grab them from others or make them ourselves.
Basically, he points down to his clothes. This is our hide, as it were.
What's wrong with your normal hide?
Really,
It's
really, really weak.
It's not very useful for everyday use.
But what if you're in trouble and you don't have time to put all that stuff on?
And we die.
That is the problem.
Seven actually blinks in horror at this.
Silver lining, we can change out our hide whenever we need to suit the environment. Need a hide for cold weather? We've got it. Need a hide for hot weather? We can get that too.
I guess that's a useful thing.
Think of it as shedding her skin for temperature,
Griffins don't do that though.
or molting, as it were.
I hate molting.
I think molting's supposed to be a bad thing for animals.
It's not I mean, molting is something that happens when we're stressed, or I need to replace my feathers.
All right.
Okay.
Admittedly, that happened a little too much. Anyway,
Okay,
Actually,
so
that does raise a
here's
question.
something. All right, so here's something y'all need to understand about Pathfinder 2nd Edition in regards to resting. Resting for 8 hours does not mean that you recover all of your health.
Okay.
So I've already recharged your health as much as you've been able to, recharge.
Nice.
You gain hit points equal to your Constitution modifier multiplied by your level.
Well, I guess it's a good thing I never took damage.
Yes.
Anyone want some healing potion in their coffee?
Have
coffee?
I been
Yeah.
recovered from
Yeah,
my
yeah, I did,
stab?
Yep, I recharged everybody's damage.
Yay.
yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
down by 7. I'm not in immediate
Down by
danger.
7.
Yeah, I'm down. Ah!
Yeah. I'm hanging out down by 7 too.
Hey, it's a lucky number.
Yeah.
So yes, so if you're going to want to heal yourselves all the way, resting is not the most effective way to do it.
I'm telling you, health potion in your coffee works every time.
Oh, Shylin actually is Sashimi in the room.
Yes.
All right.
No.
Oh wait, no, she's not.
Okay. I'm guessing Yoshimi's still getting herself dressed.
You don't see it. You don't see her.
Flint's detective, want to join me to the library?
Yes, I'd like to return everything.
All right. So, So you two you two walk over to the library, and as you step outside of the dorm rooms, you see several carts. A lot of them filled with what appears to be a lot of camping supplies, and you see Lieutenant Rames and Hoshimi just kind of glaring at each other. Okay.
All right, Doc,
I think it's working now.
Yay, there it
Oh,
is.
you were having
okay.
some mic issues.
The
Okay,
mic
that
issues.
makes sense.
Yep. Okay, so
So, are you going to with us to the library, or are you going to meet everybody down at the cart?
Oh, I'll go wherever you want me to go.
And it starts.
You can hang out with us at the why don't you wait for us down at the cart? I think Hoshimi, Shylin, and Seven are down there. They're waiting for us. We just have to go drop off books. We'll meet you there in just a second.
How nice.
So you're passing him on to me. Thanks. Don't laugh at me.
His gift that keeps on
Rude.
giving.
So, those four are going to the library. Is Shylin tagging along, or is he just leaving?
Going
to...
directly down to the cart.
All right.
I'm following him.
All right. So, Shylin and Seven, you both have descended to the cart, and you're surprised to see Hoshimi already there, sitting on one of the carts, glaring at Lieutenant Rames, who is glaring back. The people who are going to the library take one look at this situation, see that it's a little tense, and just walk in, doing their task, leaving you two to figure out what's going on.
So, Shylin is actually going to go up to the lieutenant and ask him. I'm guessing that the mountains are going to be colder than normal. Yes.
You've never been on a mountain, have you?
No, I have not.
Higher you go, colder it gets. It's going to take at least 8 hours to get up this mountain. Once we start climbing it, there's the road to it first.
If you need, I can pay for any cold. If you need, I can pay for any cold weather equipment.
Oh, don't
Speaking of-
worry. He's quite ready for this trip.
Good. He then actually turns to Hoshimi. Do you know if Seven's feathers are going to be enough to protect it from the cold? I heard somewhere that griffins are mountain creatures, but I can't be sure for certain.
Seven puffs her chest up at that.
Why are you asking me?
You're the closest thing she has to a caretaker, and thus the closest thing I could assume to be at least something of an expert.
I've been taking care of Seven. That doesn't make me some sort of griffin expert.
Closest I had.
Ask the detective or the professor. They're more likely to have knowledge about it than I am.
Very well.
Yes, Seven?
I have a lot of feathers and I have a lot of fur. I'll be fine.
All right.
Okay, that's good enough for me.
All right. So,
Yeah, Hoshimi just kind of throws another look at Rames and then just hops up. So I take it we're not stopping for breakfast.
I have rations.
Oh, goody. Well, it is what it is. I've survived on worse.
DM question?
Yes.
Is there a horse pulling the cart?
There's a couple carts and there's a couple horses.
Yeah, I was about to say no, it's not a horse. It's a couple of cat girls.
I thought it was honestly going to be a hand cart, but whatever.
Okay, in that case, Seven not missing a beat.
What?
Are the horses the rations?
No, Seven. Okay. Okay, sweetheart, please listen to me a moment. When you see a horse that is tethered or bridled, in other words, has that on their face, or is otherwise in a pen of some kind, they're not for eating. Those horses are to humanoids like Zoo is to Flint.
Actually, you probably should apply that to all animals you see with either
It's one thing.
clothing, leashes, or pens.
It's one thing at a time. I'm just trying to teach patiently and slowly.
Charlene basically shrugs and walks away. Well, steps away, doesn't quite walk away.
Why do you two always seem mad at each other? I mean, are you hungry? Because I'm starving, but you don't see me tearing up the horse.
Do you think I want to eat him?
I mean, you're either angry because he's in your territory, or you're angry because you're hungry. So, that's usually why griffins get angry.
7, dear, I'm not a griffin.
I know, but
he annoys me.
a noise.
Okay, I can't think of
No, 7. You can actually see her processing the word. Oh, like when that one feather grows in the wrong way, and it really makes me itch. That's annoying.
I think that's an accurate comparison.
That's correct.
But he's not poking you, and he's not
not physically.
Oh, he says something that makes you oh.
There you go. You get it. You're a smart girl.
Y'all should fix that.
All right, so
Girl.
moving on from that.
Yeah, because she was about to say something real nasty. Good call.
Okay, moving on. Okay, so moving on from that, we're gonna go to the other group who are heading over to the library in order to return books.
And Adrian takes a couple of books from reluctantly takes a couple of books from Owen, so that way she doesn't strain herself.
And you see Flint just like eyeing this one book in her pile with just like complete and utter awe, and like even when it moves into Adrian's hands because he's holding it now, his eyes move over like.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I think I managed to get, some more. I studied some more of the local laws, and yes, it's very different than in Directian.
Yep.
At least they're a little bit more lax on magic around here.
Adrian doesn't say anything regarding that.
Oh. Is that why you don't like law enforcement? Do you have problems with the Inquisitors back in the UAA?
Adrian stops. No. You want to know the reason why I don't like law enforcement? It's that thing on your hip. That symbol. The shield you hide behind to get away with anything. He points at her badge. That piece of metal grants you more protection than any use of abjuration magic. You may have signed up with Directian's police to protect, serve, and uphold the law. But from my experience, it's not a generalization, but specifics. Who you protect, who you serve, and who you uphold the law against. Someone like me, a school teacher who could barely survive on a college professor's salary, needs to take up a second job raiding temples and logging all of my archaeological discoveries off the books. After I come back, I'm immediately apprehended by authorities, placed in jail for vandalism and grand larceny, released from jail, and if I'm lucky, leave with an eighth of my discoveries. You bet your rear I sued them. Every time I had open and shut cases. But judges say otherwise. They uphold the law against me, protecting their own interests, because they provide services to someone else.
Do you know this someone else?
Yes.
Who?
You wouldn't know him.
My sector is organized crime. If it's someone who is a mob head or a criminal organization head, I may know them. And I may need to put a new name on my case list.
Let me ask you something, Professor Badback. Are you willing to judge her by specifics? Are you willing to put all officers of the law under the same badge?
Whoa, Flint, it's okay.
No, I got this. Are you willing to judge her for her specific actions and the people she protects, or are you just going to put her under the generalization of that badge just because you hate law enforcement? I think it's an individual's actions that judge who they are, not something they wear.
You can hear Adrian is like almost like laughing maniacally. Don't make me vomit. I've heard that trash spewed every day in court op-eds. I refuse to read any of that tabloid nonsense that puts anyone but police in the wrong. You should come to terms with a new phrase. Of the whole, the whole not all cops thing. Well, let me tell both of you. Not all cops have morals.
You're right.
Yeah, and not all professors know everything.
Okay, let's not do personal attacks. I'm willing to admit.
Hey, he wants to generalize the cops. I'll generalize people right back. You think you're so smart, huh?
He's right. I've had to bust rings with cops in them. I understand that there are bad cops out there.
They are, but I don't want him judging you under the same badge that he judges all of them.
And give him
I want him to
time.
judge you as a person, because you know what you are? You're a great person.
But give him time. It's only been a day.
Adrian then turns to Olwen. Turns to Olwen. You believe in the individual, right, Detective?
Yes.
Then why the hell did you join the police?
Because it was the only way that I could protect people without getting killed myself.
Do you think it was the only way you could make a difference?
I'm a tiefling. If I tried to protect someone the way I do now, without the badge, I would have been killed on the spot. Some sort of devilish creature. It's the only way I could actually help people without getting lynched. One time, we're resistant to heat, right? There was a burning building, and there was a little boy. This was before I started in the police force. I went in and I rescued him, and I thought I was trying to hurt him. If he didn't wake up from the smoke inhalation and tell them that I saved him. She wraps her tail further around herself. It's the only way I can help people without
them hurting you? Flint goes over to Olben's legs and gives her a hug.
That's why That's why I went into organized crime. So I could bust wrongdoing on a larger scale. That's also why I tend to work alone as a sniper. I don't have a partner. No one wanted to be my partner.
Owen, there are a lot of officers I don't like either because I've seen what they do. I've seen what they do as people, but getting to know you, you're the one who wears the badge. The badge doesn't wear you. And I don't ever want you to forget that. You're not using it as a shield to protect yourself. You use it as a shield to protect others.
I do understand that I'm not perfect. And I understand that people like me aren't perfect. In any way, shape, or form. I'm just trying to do the best I can under the circumstances.
You are.
I'm sorry.
You're not sorry
Adrian.
for anything.
It's like she shrinks in on herself and her tail just... She starts dabbing her eyes with her tail. I'll just go, She takes... gingerly tries to take back the books and starts heading off to the library. I'm so sorry. Didn't mean...
Does that look like
Eight.
someone selfish hiding behind a shield to you? And Flynn walks off to go with her.
Before they walk off, he says one word. Arpolian. Heinrich Arpolian.
She looks back at him. DM, do I recognize the name?
Lore Underworld.
That'd be interesting if you did.
Probably don't.
Thing is that if you were a UAA police officer, that would be enough, but it's not.
I am a UAA police officer.
I'm sorry. If you were if you were a Eastern Dominion police officer, that would be enough.
Dang it.
Heinrich Arpolian is the man who made my life a living hell.
And Heinrich Arpolian is now on my list.
He also has... He had the Court Guardians in his pocket.
I'm not a court guardian, as it's been made very plain to me. And if you ever saw my apartment, you'd know that no one has me in their pocket, otherwise I'd be living a lot better than I do. I did say that once my bed was only made of books. I don't do it for the paycheck.
Strangely, neither do I. I do it for my students.
And that's why Lieutenant Rames remembered you.
They're the thing I care about the most. Knowledge is powerful. It's important to understand. Well, honestly, honestly important to understand value, whether it be value of a small collection of gems or the value of knowledge. I probably would be richer, but the worth of those gems goes right into my classroom. Those journeys to the Urzaban Desert, those raiding temples and finding new discoveries. I do it because I want these bright young minds to not make the same mistakes as the past.
Is that why you always wonder why I like studying the heroes of Directian?
Partially. How close? By the way, DM, how close are we to the door of the library?
You're fairly close. It's like you're fairly close. You walked a little bit of you're a little bit of distance away.
All right. He goes up to the library door, opens it, and beckons them to come in. He tells them to, all right, place the books on the counter, and then as he put things on the counter, he takes out the list of all the books that were taken out, and he's going to sign off his name in common. Professor Adrian Tanleal.
I'm just gonna mute for the squee.
Hold on. Hold on. Okay, she doesn't faint.
Just need to do this quickly. DM question.
Yeah.
Can I roll? Is it possible to dodge sonic attacks? Would my acrobatic skill apply there?
Shut up!
Shay, come on.
Alright, and when Flint hasn't heard his name yet, right?
No, he signed his name on the ledger.
It's right in front of you.
Yeah, so you see it, but he never actually said it out loud.
Oh wait, what do you call it? Flint's like heart just sinks into his chest as soon as he sees the last name, but his eyes are under goggles so no one can see him.
That explains where you got the manuscript from.
Oh my god, the dog is barking at Ari's pitch.
I can't hear. I am Adrian Tanleal, son of the heroes of Directian, Jalaram, and Fea Thurin.
Wow, that's great. That's nice to finally meet you in full.
Okay, half of Owen is like, I have just made an utter fool of myself in front of the son of people I respect most in the world. But on the other hand, she's like, ooh, Flint, what's wrong? So it's like fangirl versus detective. Which side do I listen to?
Flip a coin.
Shut up. But I did not make that, because Adrian's a common name, but I just, that does explain why you know Fulton Thar and King Bazaar and all and the Pocket Watch. Wait a minute, oh my god. But Flint, what's the matter?
Are you gonna need an EMT?
Nice.
Maybe not. We'll let you know later. But,
Yeah, Adrian puts his hand up. We can talk about this later. Right now we have to head. Right now we have to head back to the carts. We're keeping Lieutenant Rames waiting.
So we won't need a stretcher.
Adrian looks at his pocket watch. I don't think I'll have to use Mage Hand.
Olwen scribbles a very nervously clumsy thank you with a little heart underneath it, and signs her name as well. just to show appreciation for loaning the books. But then she just keeps looking in between them like, fangirl detective, fangirl detective, fangirl detective. What should I do? And then that would probably be...
Squeer scry, squeer scry, squeer scry.
Adrian puts a hand on Detective's on her shoulder. Detective, sorry, Olwen. I'm sorry.
Or?
For being hostile towards you. And, also teasing you about the whole, manuscript thing.
Okay, I think you're the first one to ever apologize to me for being hostile about the cop thing. But, I'm used to it, so I wasn't mad. But I appreciate it. I promise I wasn't mad. I promise. And, you were teasing me?
Adrian smirks. What, I'm not allowed to have a little fun?
I didn't get it. So, that's okay too.
Fair enough.
Flint tugs at Adrian's pant leg. And sorry I said you don't know everything. I mean, you probably don't, but that was a really mean thing to say.
He looks over in the reference section. Well, I had a really good teacher to help me out. And he's looking directly at the Outer Planes for Dunderheads book.
Aww.
If it's any consolation, I'm not the biggest fan of the cops either, but I judge them all based on what they do, and honestly, Olwen's probably one of the best cops I've ever met.
Oh, that reminds me. Adrian takes out the note that he wrote the previous night and looks for. There should be like a mailbox somewhere. Oh, there it is. He goes behind. He goes behind the desk and he basically puts it in an envelope and signs it to Directing Palace. And then he puts his address. Oh crap! Do I have an ad? He puts his address to the school as a return address. All right. I think that actually helped out a lot. And then he puts it in. All right. Let's not keep Lieutenant Rames waiting. Can't speak.
Yes. She's still kind of shaking, but she does her best to valiantly march forward as if her entire world wasn't turned upside down. It is not working very well, but she's trying.
Okay, when they get back, can Hoshimi make like a perception check to notice that she's just acting super weird, or is that just blatant?
I think that's a little bit obvious.
Yeah, when they get back, the first thing Charlene just does is just looks at Owen and just says, "Okay, what's wrong with her?"
By the way, this may not be the best time, but how could you read the first episode of Dr. Metal Mouth and not tell me?
I told you I was checking it out. You gave it to me.
But you didn't tell me when you finished. You
Okay,
waited a
yeah.
whole time. You could have spent all night talking about it.
I finished it about half an hour ago.
And that was half an hour too long.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Hoshimi's looking at Olwen, then she looks at Adrian, then Olwen, then Adrian, and she hops off the cart and walks over to him. And she's talking in Calcat. You told her, didn't you?
For the first time in a long time, I'm actually Adrian, and not the son of the heroes of Directian.
Doesn't that feel nice?
He looks
And
at
she just turns and walks back towards the cart after saying that.
So yeah, Charlene leans down. When Flint gets in line, Charlene just leans down to him and just whispers, "Okay, so what's wrong with her?" Gesturing at Owen.
It's complicated. Let's just say her entire world was blown, it imploded, and then it was blown again.
Okay, is she gonna be okay for the trip?
50-50. We might need to make a new code for her, just in case, if you know what I mean.
You come up with this one. You've got the context that I don't.
All right.
In the meantime, yes.
All right. So we have BSF, TM, BS, PK, and
Hoshimi comes up behind Flint and just like puts her hand on his head and starts steering him towards the cart. Work on it on the road. Move.
okay. So we have PK, PK. Should we go OT or should we go OMF? Owen might think that might work.
Everyone?
OMF. Code OMF.
Everyone, I don't feel like arguing with Rames again. Let's just get in the cart and go.
Should I go Owen might pass out? No, that's Ompo. That sounds really dumb. I shouldn't do that.
Just go OMF.
Yeah, I was gonna go Owen might pass out, but that would be Ompo, and that's not a very cool sounding name.
Indeed. Yeah, so Hyland just hops in the cart.
How about FOM?
All right.
Fangirl Olwen moment.
Boom. Ooh, I like that. That's a maybe.
Okay.
What am
I'm
I
going to stop
stuck
caring
with?
now before I have far too many questions.
What am I stuck with? 7, are you ready to go?
Stepan's just kind of been standing next to Sybil the whole time, watching all this and in horrible confusion.
Okay. Sybil, are you all prepared?
Whenever you're ready.
Okay, there was a mild look of creeped out on Hoshimi's face for just half a second before she calms down.
All right. If we're all done, whatever this is, let's go. All right. So all of you settle. All of you settle into the carts.
Yup.
Can Stepan fit into the cart?
You could probably walk.
Yeah. You could.
She right on top.
Yeah. All right. So you're heading away on the carts, and you do see a couple people like kind of giving you some weird looks. And so Picria is also on the cart in the carts with you. She's just kind of been a little silent throughout this whole thing. And as you're continuing through the city, through the city's main district, Lieutenant Rames looks back at you. I've got a lot of supplies for this trip. Believe it or not, Mount Polis is actually a little difficult. Not only is the journey there going to be a little hard, it's usually the elementary school kids don't go super far up the mountain, but in this particular case, they decided to push their luck in going a little bit further, and unfortunately, it's going to take the greater part of the day. It's going to get cold, so we need to make sure we are hydrated. There's cold weather clothing over there. I made sure I had tents for all of us.
Lovely. Do you have anything I can smoke in your cart?
He looks over at you. No. Why would I'm a guard. Why would I have drugs?
Tobacco is not a big deal.
Technically, it is still a drug.
I mean, technically, yes, but you're gonna tell me you've never seen a cop that smokes?
I mean, I've never seen cops. Sorry.
I've seen a smoking cop. Does that count?
Smoking.
I just thought I'd ask. I can deal. I'm not addicted. I just feel like I could deal with some loosening up.
Yes, and can quit. Yes, and you can quit anytime. I got it.
I've seen a cop that was smoking after he was put out because he was on fire. Does that count?
Can we go?
Right. So, you head through the gate. So you head through the gates, and
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
The map.
Nice map.
Oh, I can't zoom out.
Yeah.
Alright.
Mine's screen's. Oh, there it is. There
yeah.
we go.
Oh yeah, you're not. Oh yeah, you can't zoom out. It's intentionally locked.
Gotcha.
Gotcha,
Roger.
gotcha.
That's some cloud cover.
Yes.
Excuse you.
Excuse me.
So yes, you are heading. Oh, so you're heading out of the city of Cord into the territory of Mount Bolus.
You know, that's actually something I've been curious about for a while.
Hmm?
So, Cord, you used Greek architecture or Roman architecture, whichever, for the picture. Was that intentional?
Yes.
Interesting.